I'm Henrik and welcome back to the channel. This is Bannerlord Online and I'm reporting regarding the new December Eco update and the companion content. And I got a little bit tired of grinding different companion hideouts because the result of the companion in question is very random and it's hard to get lucky, I noticed so far. So I thought today we were going to examine and show and play out one of the fights you can encounter when you want to get a high grade companion, and it's called the Looted Caravan, isn't it? And we have one over here. There it is. There are two large army combats. They're still solo player, but you can bring your entire army with you. One is Looted Caravan. The other one is Slavers something. Slave traders. Okay, and the difference between the two is that Looted Caravan is like in the Frostlands in the north. It's unmounted foot combat only. So I advise you to not bring too many cavalry troops with you into the Looted Caravan combat. It's slower, it's less chaotic, and I guess it's more range decided. So what do you need? Well, I tried to do it with tier 3 and 4 troops, a bit medium quality, and I suffered heavier losses. Once I upgraded my army and it became mostly tier 5, the highest tier, unless you're playing with noble troop, very expensive elite troops, the results got better. So you don't need a full elite army to win this against 90 heavy opponents. Both of these two combat instances have 90 opponents. So what will you encounter? First, there will be a wave of heavy infantry rushing your line. So therefore, I recommend bringing heavy infantry with you. Behind them, there will be a few archers and then quite maybe 20 or so long-range crossbowmen with large shields. I don't know exactly what kind of crossbow guys those are, but they are of course very dangerous ranged troops. So therefore I suggest that what you bring is shield infantry mostly, and you put it up a shield wall in the front to cover for these crossbow bolts coming into your line. So the first thing, and then you have your range behind that, of course, in cover for your heavy infantry trying to cover yourself. And after you have defeated the incoming infantry line, hopefully with as few losses as possible, then you wait until the enemy crossbowmen have shot their entire quiver of bolts and they run out of ammunition, so they charge your line, in which case you defeat them easily. Since you don't have a horse, you cannot ride out and engage them and harass them and make them shoot at and miss at your horse instead of shooting at your vulnerable infantry. So you have to support your own troops from within your army, so to speak. What am I bringing equipment wise? Well, this is mostly an army combat. It doesn't really matter. You're not gonna be the hero because you don't have a horse. So it doesn't matter that. I'll bring a bow and arrows so I can shoot a couple of arrows off when I'm bored. And I also bring a heavy two-hander. I guess you could bring a pole arm so that you can support your infantry line a bit if the opportunity arises. I suppose if you as a hero go down and get wounded or incapacitated and your army charges, it's not the end of the world really if it's not very early in the combat, because they would, if you kill the oncoming rushing infantry line, you would be charging their range troops, which is not the worst thing to do. So if you die from mid to end combat, it's not that bad. Of course, you could bring a shield and cover yourself from the crossbow bolts, but they haven't picked me off yet. So I don't forget it about losses. They have varied vitally. I have lost as many as 16 permanent dead troops. That was the worst. The best I've done is I think I lost, well, I guess I lost 2 now when I have a fairly good army, but when I had a medium to good army, I lost 4 as the best result. So expect to lose, let's say, from nothing up to more than a dozen, depending on, well, randomness of archery fire, how you deposit your troops, terrain, luck, and random factors. So I think that covers it. This is, by the way, after about 2 weeks since the economy update hit. It's the 6th of January, so it's a new year. And I have to say, I like that economy update as a whole. The companion system, it has gotten a little bit less enthusiasm from my side regarding it, because it's grindy. It's really hard to get the ones you want and need. I have, the last 2-3 days, I haven't really gotten a single good one. I've gotten mediocre ones that I can sell for a little bit of money, but it's not good money for the time and effort invested, because you have to travel a lot, and it's getting rather boring, to be honest, after 2 weeks. But I've been doing this a lot, I admit. Also, what I thought was fairly well balanced traits of the companions in the beginning. The more I play, the more I follow the trade channel and the prices in Discord trade and in the trade channel here. Certain combinations and certain traits are more or less, well, I would say they are actually worthless. They're not worth anything. People can't give away very rare companions because no one wants them. And others, of course, are unicorns and ultra rare and super valuable. Well, that's fine. I never found one of those yet. But even like a good, let's call it not the best, but a good combination. 2 traits that you want for your army. To find those and to fit them in with 4 other companions, it's very hard. It's very hard. And I think you will see that people will have to pay very high amounts of money to get the exact companion trait combination you want. It might not be the most valuable or highly sought after traits in the game, but for you personally, it's like, I need these 2 and no other ones. And that combination for you is super valuable. But let's not go too much into how fun or boring or balanced the companions is, because this is a video about Looted Caravan. I think that covers it all. I will be a little bit busy playing, so I might not comment that much. You just have to follow along here now. I do hope my recording software captures the in-game sound. You never know with OBS, with the software I'm using. Last check. Nope, it didn't go through. There we go. Thought I did this, I'm sorry. So I'm bringing a heavy sword and arrows, and that's it. Your own personal equipment doesn't really matter. The combination of your army is what matters. So here's the Looted Caravan. You stumble upon the remains of a caravan looted by bandits. Although there were clearly guards here, they were unable to protect the cargo. Perhaps some of the fallen travelers are still alive. Would you like to dismount? That's the key word, dismount, and take a look around. That means no horses. Don't bring your cavalry here if you can avoid it. With your current character progression level, you can save the following companions: experience and grand. Well, that's going to be experience, I can tell you that. Here we go. So first I'll have my entire army follow me. All right, this is a bit better. Okay, so we have, I'll try to put my ranged up there on the hill. This is actually, I suppose, a very good map for me defending, isn't it? Okay, yeah, it is. Why? Oh, shit. Okay, so I think the higher up I can get my ranged, the better height advantage they got. So you really don't want to be walking your shield wall sideways, because they don't put up their... They don't, now they have their shields turned towards the enemy, That is way better. Okay, here they come. This is a heavy infantry rush. This is a bad one. Look at all these heavy enemies. But I'm here at the end of the shield line, supporting them a bit with my long, heavy sword. I'm gonna work down the line here. Oops, he got angry with me. Okay, I think we managed. Here comes the archers. This is like the second wave. Not that many of them. I don't know if they are called forest bandits. So okay, they're gone. Now in the background there you have the 20 or so crossbowmen. Maybe it's 15. Just because to make this video a bit shorter, I'll advance my shield wall, and I think that it's a good idea to make them shoot on nearer, closer enemies with shields up instead of shooting at your ranged troops. So, and I'm of course behind here since I don't have a shield, trying to take some pot shots. I'm not a great archer on this character, but I have a good army, so I don't have to be. I suppose some of them finish their ammunition. Oops, that's a lot of angry guys. Oops. There we go. There we go. And wow, okay, I was really lucky. I got 0 permanently killed and I got 16 wounded. That's a really good one. That's a really good one. But as I said, I have upgraded. This army consists almost exclusively of tier 5 troops. So, alright, this is the important part. Kulharn, does he have 2 traits? Does he have any grand traits? He has 2 traits, but it's an experienced Empire supplier, 30%. That makes him basically useless. And he's experienced junk dealer. Maybe someone wants 40% artisan sell value, but yeah. I'm gonna grab him and I'm gonna discard him because that gives me his equipment. I can sell it. His sword is worth like 1,000 or 2,000. And that's it. I mean, yes. Losing 0 permanently, that makes it. This combat didn't cost me anything. It was a free chance for me to get a good companion, but I didn't. So I think that covers it all. I would say with a foot army like I am, the slave traders is a harder combat because and I think I will suffer more losses there. Not that many, but. I can show you my arm here. You can pause the YouTube movie, and you can see that I have a kind of a mix. It really doesn't matter as long as you have ranged in the background and you have shields in the front. You don't have to have the best PvE troops or anything. Not in my opinion, at least. I think this is fine. Alright, I hope this was helpful. I might do a Slavers movie as well, but it's very similar, except they will have like 10 horses running around, and you are, as a hero, are on horse, which means you can go off and chase and harass and keep occupied their ranged troops so they don't shoot as much as your army. So in a way it's harder with their enemy cavalry harassing your ranged troops in the background, but on the other hand you can run around as a Rambo hero and deal a lot of damage to their ranged troops. So yeah, maybe it's just my army doesn't have any horse archers or cavalry, so I guess I am weaker there with this character. Hope you enjoyed it. Oh, and also if you made it to the end, YouTube and Twitch, they keep reminding me that I should ask you guys to subscribe and like videos like this because it's important. So that it gets spread. I mean, if you like Bannerlord Online to get more attention from other people than already playing them, go ahead and subscribe and like, and we will grow the community, and it will help the developers, and it will help me a bit. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care out there. Bye bye.